Hi everybody, this is Evelyn. Welcome to my new channel. Maybe you did follow my previous one. It was called Momoiro. But anyway, this is my new channel and I hope you like it. And for the first video, I was planning on doing a 50 facts about me. Fact number 1 is that when I was 5 years old, I almost lost a toe, literally. Because I was taking out the trash. I remember I was taking out the trash, and when I was coming back through the door, I kind of almost smashed the door against my little toe, and I was lucky that my toe didn't actually fall off, but I did have to go to the ER that same day in a stroller by my mom because I couldn't walk on my toe. Fact number 2 is that I was born 2 weeks early and I'm a Gemini. I had braces between the ages of 9 to 13, and yes, I do have braces now as well, but now it's mainly to correct these bottom teeth, and it was something that they never really fixed when I was younger. I can speak 3 languages, which is Swedish, English and Spanish. When I was 3 years old, I was actually in a TV commercial in Sweden, and I was a kid walking around in a grocery store. My heritage comes from 5 different countries. I used to do Kung Fu for 2 years. When I was little, I had a really big problem pronouncing the word guitar. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through my pages. When I was about 14, I had a biggest crush on Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco, and I still really want to meet him and see the band, even though they split up, which is really sad.
I am a huge
horror movie fan, and I would love to make my own horror films one day. My biggest dream is to become a movie director of TV series and films. I've only ever had one relationship, which lasted 2.5 years. I didn't actually start drinking until I was 18. I have really bad acne that started when I was 16, and I still struggle with it. I'm a feminist. Last year I made my very first horror short film, and you can actually soon find it on my previous channel where I still upload my films and stuff. And that's another fact. My film actually got into one tiny film festival in New York, and I was super proud about it, even though it's really tiny. But it's a big step up for me. I have a really musical ear, and the way that I learned new songs was actually by listening to my teacher play it and not through notes. I know how to count to 100 in Japanese. And for those of you that don't actually believe that I can give you an example of counting to 20, and then that could be a whole other video if you'd like. I once lived in the UK for 3 years studying. I am really into skincare and self-development. My favorite movie of all time is The Fifth Element by Luc Besson. I love that film. I used to be a huge K-pop fan and once belonged to a dance crew here in Gothenburg. In 2012 I actually saw one of my favorite groups from back then, which is Big Bang. I went to an English-speaking high school, and English is actually not my mother tongue, but I've been speaking English for a big chunk of my life. I am the middle child, and I have 2 brothers, one younger and one older. In my teens, my family moved 6 times. I change skin shades pretty easily. Like if I'm on vacation and I go somewhere where it's sunny and warm, I could get really tanned. Like I think this is my fairest skin shade of all time. I live in Sweden and it's pretty cold here right now. The other day was -8 degrees, and we pretty much never see the sun. It's actually snowing right now, and it's February, and it's probably gonna stay like this for a few more months. I am a huge dog lover, and in the future I would love to have a Pomeranian. Just a disclaimer guys, I actually meant Pomeranian and not a Pomeranian. I don't know what a Pomeranian is. Or a Chow Chow, a Chihuahua, a Poodle, Pug, or a Petit Brabancon. This is actually a really weird fact, and you're gonna think I'm super strange, but basically when I was 22, so last spring, I actually had my belly button pierced, and it's something that I always wanted to do, but I never got around to, so at this time I had a chance to do it and I had the money to do it, and so I went to get it pierced, and like the first few days afterwards I felt really good about it. I was like, oh, I finally got it pierced and everything. But I think after a few more days I actually decided to take it out because I didn't like the way it looked on me, and I just thought it wasn't worth the trouble because I heard so many things about infections, and I heard so many things about like not being able to wear high-waisted jeans and stuff like that, and that was something that I used to wear all the time. So I was like, why did I do this? And I just went back to the piercing studio and they just helped me take it out. Oh, it's so weird. I am weird. I really love interior design and I love decorating a space. I have a really weird sense of humor, and I think most people don't actually understand me most of the time. Growing up, my family had loads of pets, so when I was really little, we had 2 cats, and then when I was like 8, 9, we had about 5 hamsters. Obviously not at the same time, but there was so many hamsters, I remember. Because you know they don't live for that long, so you have them for like 1 or 2 years, and then you get another one, and then you get another one. It's like every time one dies, you just replace them. And it sounds super sad, and I always had like tiny little funerals for them because I loved my little hamsters. But anyway, and then we had fishes, and the last pet we had was a doggy, but he's dead now, so now my family doesn't have any pets. I am an outdoor person when it's warm outside. Like when it's cold, I just never want to go out, but if I could, I would be outside all the time. I love the sunlight, I just love to be out, I love to do outdoor things, I love to you know, take a walk, I love to go to the beach. Growing up and throughout my teens, or actually through my teens only, I mostly had short hair, which is weird to me now because most of my friends these days have never seen me with short hair. 5 things that I could not live without are eggs, avocado, chocolate, peanut butter, and Greek yogurt. Like I could not survive without those 5 essentials. I'm a person that finds it really hard to spend money even when I have plenty of it. When I was around 13, 14, I had this period when I was making a lot of short films. Like obviously not serious ones, but I made short films with my childhood friend Molly. And even today we have so many ideas, but you know, these days we just don't have time anymore. I'd love to still make movies with her, and we do have a script, like I do have one on my shelf, but we just never had time to make it. I have a huge, I don't know if you say arachnophobia or arachnophobia. So I'm terrified of spiders, and I can't even kill them on my own. So I'm terrified of them and I can't kill them. So if I have a spider in my house, like basically if I would have a spider in this room right now, I would pretty much not make this video, probably. That's how terrified I am of them. I can play the full Amélie de Montmartre soundtrack on piano. On my high school graduation, I played guitar and sung in front of all the graduates of that year and all the parents. And I still don't know how I did it. That was a huge thing for me. My favorite color is pink, but I don't necessarily wear it that often or use it that often, but it's just when I look at colors, pink is like my go-to, like a nude pink, like this kind of pink. Nike over Adidas any day of the week. I'm lactose intolerant, but I'm not actually allergic to anything. When I was little, I used to love playing the Tomb Raider game. Lara Croft was like my hero. My favorite 90s Disney movie is Pocahontas because it's so beautiful and it's got such a good message, and I just love how it all turns out at the end. I am a super easily distracted person, so if I'm reading, I need to be in like a really quiet, really lonely, like I need to be in a really quiet, empty space and just be like one with the book. I have a hidden talent. I can actually raise one eyebrow at a time. Can you do that? Okay, so my camera was about to die or something. I don't know. There was like a timer going down, so I just had to press record again. Anyways, I think the only candy that I really hate is licorice. I cannot eat licorice for the love of me. This is gonna sound weird, but from being a filmmaker, it's super weird actually that I've never seen any of the Rocky or the Godfather movies. And I don't really plan on watching them either because it's not really my type of film. And yeah. Sorry you filmmakers here, I know you're gonna hate me now. You're gonna be like, oh, you're not a true filmmaker, you're not a true director, whatever. I don't care. So that was all of my facts and I hope you liked this video. I do hope that the people that liked my previous channel will subscribe to this one. Thank you for watching and I'll see you later. Bye.